Okay, I see by the clock on the wall that it is 3 o'clock. Time to call to order the Board of Directors regular meeting for Monday, June 20th. Can I have a roll call, please?
Director Grasha,
Here.
Director Sewell.
Here.
Thank you. Director Duncan,
Here.
Vice President Wright,
Here.
President Martin.
Here.
Thank you. We have quorum.
Would you all stand and join me in pledging allegiance to our nation's flag? Place your hand over your heart and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Are you gonna do the invocation or anything?
Yes, Nancy, do the invocation, please.
Sure. We ask the Heavenly Father in thy infinite wisdom to guide the members of this board in such a way that all their thoughts, endeavors, and decisions will be made for the betterment of the entire community. We also beseech thee to protect our country and our people from all conflicts, both foreign and domestic.
Amen.
Thank you, Nancy. Counselor, would you go over rules of procedure, please?
Yes, all noticed meetings are conducted using Rosenberg's Rules of Order as a procedural guideline. Directors should refrain from responding directly to public comments at meetings of the board. The president is responsible for the maintenance of order and decorum at all board meetings. No person should be allowed to speak who has not first been recognized by the president. No member of the board should speak more than once on any subject until every other member of the board wishing to speak on the subject shall have been given an opportunity to speak. No board member shall interfere with the orderly progress of a board meeting. The board president regulates the amount of time to be dedicated to a particular agenda item, and the president of the board presides at all meetings and decides all points of order and procedure during meetings.
Thank you. I want to add that during the last meeting, there were several instances where there was a presentation and a board member or members responded without being recognized. Please refrain from doing that so we can move the meeting along much quicker that way. Okay, public input. This is the opportunity for members of the public to address the
Point of
board.
order, Mr. President, could you be specific and explain exactly what your problems are with the meeting last week?
One of the problems were people speaking out of turn without being recognized.
And a point of order is written into the rules as a mechanism for directors to be certain that they are recognized appropriately. It seems to me that there may have been some things explained to the public that maybe the president is uncomfortable with having the truth be known, and is really what he's trying to say is that he'd rather not have the public aware of so many of the things. And that's why we have the Robert's Rules of Order in place, so that the public is kept in the dark about the truth of their water system. Thank you for your time, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
Yes, go ahead.
just to remind the board that we don't actually use Robert's Rules of Order.
It's Rosenberg's.
We use Rosenberg's, and it's as a procedural guideline, and the board president determines all points of order.
Okay, public input. This is the opportunity for members of the public to address the board on matters within the board's jurisdiction. Please limit comments to 3 minutes or less. State law prohibits the board from discussing or taking action on any item not listed on the agenda. Do we have any members of the public wishing to speak?
Mr. President, there are no members of the public on the line.
Okay. At this point, with the board's permission, I want to move item 10, which is the fiscal year 2022-23 budget, to the next item. We have one board member who is participating from overseas, and I want to make sure that his comments and his input are available, and we have him online right now. So Does anybody object to moving that item forward?
I have no objection.
Okay. That's item 10. It is recommended to adopt resolution 2022-11, adopting the operating and capital budgets fiscal year 2022-2023. That's item A. Item B, it is recommended to adopt the resolution 2022-12, adopting its appropriations limit for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023. And finally, is recommended to adopt resolution 2022-13, adopting its employee classification plan effective July 1st, 2022. We'll take those in order A, B, and C. General Manager Wallen.
I really, I can't think of anything to add at this time. We've had dozens of meetings. We've gone over this, so we can answer your questions, and you're welcome to come in anytime during this process, and visit, ask us questions, and we'll let anybody see the budget whenever they want to. We do have a very well-written document that basically does a fairly thorough job of explaining what the budget is all about. It's something new we've done this year, and it's very comprehensive. And that's all I have to say.
Not only do we have the excellent documents on there, but we also had an excellent presentation by Arturo on Thursday. And also we had a workshop on the budget. So everybody should be well versed on the budget itself. Are there any comments from the board? I'll ask Director Gracia, do you have any comments regarding the budget?
I made my comments clear. I have difficulty approving the expansion from $6.5 million for a new facility for the district's staff to operate out to now to $33 million. I told you when this process started that if you moved it off of that property that was recommended originally, that it would do exactly what it did. You're building the most expensive building ever built in this watershed, and you're putting it next to be surrounded by marijuana factories. It is horrific treatment of our staff and of our community. It's completely disrespectful, and I won't vote for it.
Okay, Director Sewell, do you have any comments or questions regarding the budget?
I was able to watch the Thursday meeting, and I thought the budget discussion that everyone had was very informative. That along with the workshop, I do feel comfortable with the budget. And I do think that the information in the packet is great, and was wondering if that will be available on our website for our ratepayers to see.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay, great. Yes, so no questions. Thank you very much.
okay. Director Duncan.
No more questions about it. I think Arturo did a great job going over our budget. And I also wanted to add that our budget is online on our website and available for public viewing.
Okay,
Thank you. That's all I have.
all right. Vice President Wright, do you have any questions or comments?
No questions. I would just like to ditto Director Sewell's and Director Duncan's comments. I have no problem with it. I think it was very well done. I have no questions because it's pretty self-explanatory, and it's just a normal water district budget. There's nothing really unusual about it.
Okay. I have nothing further to add that hasn't already been said. So with that in mind, I'll entertain a motion to approve the fiscal year 2022-2023 budget. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Yes, I'll make the motion that we adopt resolution 2022-11, the operating capital budget for 2022-2023.
Okay, do I hear a second? I'll second
Second.
that
Oh, Ivan.
on there. Okay, with respect to resolution 2022-11, adopting the operating and capital budget fiscal year 2022-2023. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
No.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Moving on to item B under the budget, it is recommended to adopt resolution 2022-12, adopting its appropriations limit for fiscal year June 20th, ending June 20th, June 30th, 2023. Would anybody like to make a motion in support of that item B?
I'll so move.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
No, she said there wasn't any.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you
I-
heard me, but yeah, Randy seconded it.
Yeah, before we take a vote, the councilors pointed out to me that to double check and see, to make sure there are no members of the public wishing to comment on this item.
Thank you, President Martin. Russell Betts is the only member of the public on the line at the time. Mr. Betts, do you care to make public comment on this item?
No, I have nothing to add. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
I have a question, if you don't mind.
go ahead, Steve.
You said item, I think you said item D. I can't figure out where you're at. You went from item 10 back to where?
No, under item 10, there are three
Oh, okay.
subsections, A, B, and C. And we're going to take those one at a time.
All right.
Because there are three separate resolutions. Okay? All right. So with that in mind, could I have a roll call vote on section B of the fiscal year 2022-2023 budget?
Director Grasha,
No.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Okay, carrying along, item C, subsection C, is recommended to adopt resolution 2022-13, adopting its employee classification plan effective July 1st, 2022. Do we have any members of the public wishing to address this subsection?
Mr. Betts? Doesn't appear anybody's got public comment, President Martin.
Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adopt.
I move to adopt item C.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Director Grasha,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
And with that, the fiscal year 2022-2023 budget has been approved. Congratulations, General Manager Wallem and staff for putting all the hard work together and moving this forward.
And I thank you for your leadership and all the good questions.
Okay. Moving back, now we're going back to item 6, a human resources report.
I always love doing this. I just think this is the time when we connect on special occasions. This time, while we do not have any new hires, we have 2 anniversaries, and one of those anniversaries also has a promotion. And then we also have an accomplishment to celebrate. So I'll start out with, we will start with the anniversaries and subsequent promotion. Together, these gentlemen represent more than 6 years of service to the district. First, I'd like to take a few words to say about our collection operator too, Joseph McElroy, who joined the district a year ago, and hearing nothing but good reports. He's a valued member of our wastewater team. Joseph is a very reliable person, both during business hours and after hours. I've had the chance to visit with him, and he's really a fine individual. And here to introduce Joseph is our lead operator, Andy Grunnett. Andy.
President Martin and members of the board, my name is Andy Grunnett, lead wastewater treatment plant operator. I've had the pleasure of working with Joey for over a year now, and I can say that he is a valued member of the wastewater team. I have worked side by side with him on many projects, and any task or emergencies that is placed in front of him, he can handle with ease. I appreciate everything that he brings to the MSWD table. Joey?
Thank you, Andy. I know it's getting, our wastewater side is getting to be pretty substantial now because of our successful, very successful septic to sewer groundwater protection program. So the responsibilities for this side of the operation are more and more important every year. And as we move on, we're going to see that water at that plant is going to become even more invaluable or more valuable than ever before. So, okay, with that said, the next person has a 5-year anniversary, Alex 9. He joined the district 5 years ago, was recently promoted from a field operations technician to a field operations technician 2. He joined in 2017 and has done a fantastic job. And every time I hear Alex's name and I talk to him, I just enjoy it. Even the very short conversations you have with this gentleman, you can tell he's very, very, very confident. His experience with the D2 certification and dedication to learning about the water system makes him a great asset to the construction and maintenance team. And here to introduce Alex and say a few words is Jeff Nutter.
Thank you, Arden. Yeah, Alex has been a excellent member of the construction maintenance team. You know, going on 5 years now, and recently promoted into a worker 2 position. We rely on him, you know, many times during business hours and after hours, and he always comes through for us. Always making the right decisions. You know, leading the teams now, you know, through the day-to-day operations. You know, I can't talk enough about Alex and the great work he's been doing for us. So with that, you know, I just want to say thank you personally, Alex 9, for everything you do for us. It's very much appreciated.
Thanks,
No problem,
Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Alex, do you want to say anything?
Just that I appreciate the opportunity that's been given to me by you, Jeff, as well as Mission Springs Water District. You know, I knew I was relatively green when I started, and I'm looking forward to continuing my education and learning about the system, as well as continuing my certifications to move up in the ranks.
Okay, thank you, Alex. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on board and part of the team. And congratulations on your anniversary. 5 years is a long time, and on your promotion.
Yep.
Okay, next, I'm going to begin by introducing the customer service manager, April Scott, who has recently completed a Bachelor's of Arts degree in communications with a concentration in public relations through an online program offered by Southern New Hampshire University. Very bright, brilliant person. April is a valued team member who always strives to improve and be successful for both herself and for Mission Springs Water District. And I'll tell you, this degree will complement what her tasks require in the type of work that she does. Communications is a critical component of what we do at the district, especially for customer service. Day in and day out, April and her team assist customers and ensure that they have the information they need to successfully do business within the district. April's just a joy to have in the office and a driving force behind our operations. We couldn't be prouder than we are to have April on our team. And here to introduce and say a few words is Arturo Ceja.
Yes, thank you, General Manager Wallen, President Martin, and members of the board. I want to take this moment to congratulate April on her accomplishment. As General Manager Wallen said, her dedication in obtaining the bachelor's degree in communications is a testament to her belief in the district's mission, vision, and core values. And she is more prepared to help her customers, especially through all the changes that we've been making, not only in the front office, but throughout the district. So thank you, April, for your dedication and your efforts. And April has declined to speak today. Thank you.
Thanks, April. And that includes our HR report today. Again, the board and I genuinely appreciate all of the employees, especially those that give so much of their life to us. And I want to commend them for their dedication and commitment to the customers that we serve. That's what this is all about, is serving our customers. So thank you. That concludes the HR report.
Okay. Director Grasha, you have any comments regarding the Human Resources report? Okay, hearing none. Director Duncan, do you have any comments regarding the Human Resources report?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Director Sewell, any comments regarding the Human Resources report?
Yeah, just congratulations to all three, but also a big congratulations to Alex 9. He's also a new father. So promotion, a new child, a lot of good things coming to Alex. So glad to have him on our team.
Thank you. And Vice President Wright, do you have any?
Now I do have to ditto Director Sewell's comments. So the same thing. Everybody, congratulations. Thanks for all you do for the district.
And then double ditto for me. We've got an excellent staff here at the Water District, and it just keeps getting better and better. So, okay, moving on to item 7, resolution 2022-08, a resolution of the Board of Directors of the Mission Springs Water District proclaiming a local emergency persists, re-ratifying the proclamation of the state of emergency by executive order N as in Nora -09-21 and reauthorizing remote teleconference meetings of the legislative bodies of the Mission Springs Water District for the period June 23rd, 2022 to July 22nd, 2022. Pursuant to provisions of the Ralph M. Brown Act, it is recommended to approve Resolution 2022-08, continuing teleconference meetings for the period previously stated from June to July. Director Grasha, do you have any comments regarding item number 7 on the agenda?
No comments. Move for approval.
Okay. We have a motion for approval, but I want to get the additional comments from the other board members. Director Sewell, do you have any comments regarding the resolution?
No comments.
Director Duncan, do you have any comments regarding the resolution?
No, thank you.
Vice President Wright?
No.
Okay. Do we have any members of the public that want to weigh in on this item?
There are currently no members of the public on the line.
Okay. I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll
Second.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we've got a motion, a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Grasha,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Okay. Moving on to item 8, public hearing resolution 2022-09 to establish water standby assessments. It's recommended to adopt resolution number 2020-09, making determination to fix, levy, and collect water service standby assessments for fiscal year 2022-2023. This is a fairly self-explanatory item on the agenda. We heard a presentation of it on Thursday. Are there any questions from the board? Director Grasha?
No comments.
Okay. Director Sewell?
No, thank you.
Director Duncan?
No, sir.
Vice President Wright?
No. Thank you.
And I have no questions, so I'll entertain a motion to.
President
approve.
Martin, I don't mean to interrupt, but this is a public hearing.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We got to go through a certain procedure here. Okay. This is the time and place fixed to publicly hear all protests, objections, or appeals in respect to the water standby assessments. The public hearing shall be declared open and staff will give their report. I will then call for comments from the public. During this time, there will be no back and forth conversation between the public and the board and staff. All questions will be noted and will be addressed after all public comments have been received. Public hearing will then be closed and the board may discuss and vote on the proposed assessments. I declare the public hearing open. Secretary's report, please.
Notice of public hearing was published in the Desert Sun on May 27th and June 3rd, 2022. As of this afternoon, there are no written comments or protests on this item.
Okay, and can we have a staff report on the item, please?
And Joanne Biogas from Wildan is here to give that report. Joanne?
Go. Hi, sorry. Hello. Good afternoon, members of the Board of Directors and staff. My name is Joanne Bagayas with Wildan Financial Services. I'm here to assist you with the public hearing for the levy of the fiscal year 2022-23 water and sewer standby charges. On May 10th, postcards giving notice were mailed to 3,933 owners of charged parcels. For water standby, notice was published and postcards were mailed to 3,201 property owners of charged parcels. The minimum charge is $13.40 per parcel. Parcels larger than an acre are charged $26.80 for each acre within 330 feet of the water line. Additional acreage beyond 330 feet and within 1,320 feet is charged $13.40 per acre. There are no changes or increases in the water standby charges. Parcels are charged if they abut a water line constructed prior to the passage of Prop 218. There are 20,584 parcels in the district, of which 4,735 parcels are being charged for a revenue of $235,130.76. An acre deduction is given for each water meter connected prior to July 1st, 2022. Do you want me to go into the sewer? Or do you want to?
We have to do that separately, so.
Okay, there
We'll
we
come
go.
back to that. And it is my understanding that there are no members of the public wishing to address this item.
That is correct.
Okay. Since additional information was provided after on there, we'll have to take a revote on this. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the item before the board.
I'll move the item.
Okay. Is there a- Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Okay. Moving on to item 9, public hearing resolution 2022-10 to establish sewer standby assessments. It is recommended to adopt resolution 2022-10, making the determination to fix, levy, and collect sewer service standby assessments for fiscal year 2022-2023. This is the time and place fixed to publicly hear all protests, objections, or appeals in respect to the sewer standby assessments. Public hearing will be open and staff will give their report. I will then call for comments from the public. During this time, there will be no back and forth conversation between the public and the board and staff. All questions will be noted and will be addressed after all public comments have been received. The public hearing will then be closed and the board may discuss and vote on the proposed assessments. I declare the public hearing open. Secretary's report, please.
Notice of public hearing was published in the Desert Sun on May 27th and June 3rd, 2022. As of this afternoon, there are no written comments or protests on this item.
Okay. Moving on to the staff report. Wilden, the financial services representative.
Okay. For the sewer standby, notice was published and postcards were mailed May 10th to the 732 property owners of charged parcels. The procedure for collection of the district sewer standby charges are similar to the procedures for the levy of the water standby charges. Minimum charge is $10 per parcel. Parcels larger than an acre are charged $10 for each acre within 330 feet of the sewer line. There are no changes or increases in the sewer standby charges. Parcels are charged if they abut a sewer line constructed prior to Proposition 218. There are 8,867 parcels in the district, of which 1,102 parcels are being charged for a revenue of $13,150. An acre deduction is given for each meter connected to a sewer line prior to July 1st, 2022. And that's the end.
Okay. Seeing that there are no further speakers, I hereby declare the public hearing closed. At this point, I will entertain discussion, comments, or questions from our board of directors. Director Gracia, do you have any comments or discussion items you wish to address?
I have no comments. Move item 12 for approval.
Okay. Director Sewell
No comments. Thank you.
and Director Duncan.
No, thank you. And that's item 9 on the agenda.
Okay. And Vice
No,
President,
thank you.
right. Okay. With that, I'll call for a motion to adopt.
We have a motion on the floor. We need a second.
I'll second.
Okay. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Okay. We've already addressed item 10, so we'll move on to item 11, Resolution 2022-14, Notice of General District Election, November 8th, 2022, and establishment of deposit for optional candidate statement. It's recommended to adopt Resolution 2022-14 and authorize the district secretary to notify the county registrar of voters that candidates will be responsible for costs associated with the candidate's statement. This is pretty self-explanatory.
Also move if you would
Okay.
like.
We have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
I'll
Second.
second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Item 12, Resolution 2022-15, addition of delinquent accounts to county tax rolls. It is recommended to adopt Resolution 2022-15, requesting addition of delinquent water and sewer charges and other fees of $5 or more to the 2022-2023 Riverside County tax rolls. Again, that's pretty self-explanatory. We had some information provided to us on Thursday. So with that, I will entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2022-15.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Item 13, contract agreement with Urban Habitat for annual landscape maintenance for district facilities for 2022-2023. It's recommended to authorize the general manager to approve a contract agreement with the Urban Habitat titled Annual Landscape Maintenance for district facilities for fiscal year 2022-2023 for a not to exceed amount of $70,100 plus a 10% contingency total, with a total of $77,110.
Move item 13 for approval.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Okay. Item 14, contract agreement with Southern California Fleet Services for fleet service maintenance and repairs for 2022-2023. It's recommended to authorize the general manager to approve the contract agreement with Southern California Fleet Services Incorporated to perform fleet services maintenance and repairs for all district vehicles and equipment for a not to exceed amount of $100,000 for a period of 1 year. Anything further from?
Nothing?
Okay.
Move item 14 for approval.
Okay, we have a motion to approve, and do I hear a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Item 15, first supplement to the memorandum of understanding regarding collaboration on the Coachella Valley Salt and Nutrient Management Plan. It is recommended to authorize the general manager to execute the first supplement to the memorandum of understanding, MOU, with the Coachella Valley Salt and Nutrient Management Plan agencies regarding collaboration and cost sharing on the CVSNMP, update and augment the capital budget, creating a project in the amount of $400,000. Anything further from our general manager?
Nothing more. Steve explained this to you as something that the valley has come together. We had it in front of you before where our 7.8% was explained, and it's going to be a very important document. We do want to be a part of that
Okay.
process.
Move item 15 for approval.
Okay, I have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Second.
We have a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Item 16, acceptance of the emergency repair of 150 linear feet of 8-inch sanitary line and five service connections on Acoma Avenue. It's recommended to accept the emergency repair of 150 linear feet of 8-inch sanitary sewer on Acoma Avenue project as complete and authorize the release of the retention money.
Move
Do I
for
hear a
I'll
motion
move the
to
item.
approve? I'm sorry?
I think he might have.
I'll move the item.
Okay.
I'll
all right.
second.
We have a motion and a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Item 17, award the on-call potable water and sanitary sewer repair services with Trico General Engineering and TriStar Contracting 2 Incorporated. It is recommended to authorize the general manager to award and do all things necessary to complete the on-call potable water and sanitary sewer repair services contract for the 2 contractors listed below: Trico General Engineering and TriStar Contracting 2.
Move
Do
item
I-
17 for approval.
Okay, we have a motion to approve
I'll second it.
and we have a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Item 18, approve change order number 2 and contract amendment for well 24 electrical panel rehabilitation. It is recommended to authorize the general manager to negotiate and execute 2 contract modifications related to additional work required by the Southern California Edison for well 24 electrical panel rehabilitation. The 2 contract modifications are change order number 2 with RIC Construction Company Incorporated for a not to exceed amount of $21,362 for a total of $552,417.32. And contract amendment with the Murrow Development Consultants for a not to exceed amount of $15,000 for a total of $90,000 for construction management and inspection of services. Anything further from staff on this?
Nothing further.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
I'd like a little clarification.
I'm sorry, what was that?
If their staff is ready, I'd like a little clarification on, so is one guy building the panel and the other guy's inspecting it, or what's going on with there with the two different people? Two companies?
No, okay, Brian, I'll have Brian, I can answer it, but I'm gonna let Brian answer it.
Okay.
President Martin, thank you. Director Gracia, you are correct. RIC Construction is the one actually performing the work and providing the panel because of the delay from Southern California Edison. And then because the contract got delayed, we had to also extend Morrow Development Consultants, who's doing the actual construction management and inspection services.
All right, and they're ready to go, or is this, what's your sense on that? Is this something that's going to happen in the next 6 months and we'll have that well up and running?
I cannot speak for some of the supply chain issues that they're having, but yes, that is our goal. We were hoping to have it before now, but we'll continue to try to proceed with that as quickly as possible.
Thank you. Move item 18 for approval.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Okay, moving on to item 19, contract agreement with B81 Paving Incorporated for pavement repairs for water and sewer projects for 2022-2023. It's recommended to authorize the general manager to approve a contract agreement with B81 Paving Incorporated titled Pavement Repairs for Water and Sewer Projects for fiscal year 2020 to 2022 to 2023 for a not to exceed amount of $250,000 for a period of 1 year, and authorize the general manager to do all things necessary to complete the project. Anything further on that one?
Nothing further other than to bring to your attention again that this is not only just to anticipate what we think we'll need for paving over the next year, but to catch up with some of the paving that we haven't had a chance to get to yet.
Okay. Director Gracia, any comments or questions on this item?
No comments, no questions. Move for approval.
Okay. Director or Vice President Wright, do you have any comments or questions?
No, thank you.
Director Duncan, any questions?
No, thank you.
Director Sewell, any questions?
No, thank you. And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
I found the title of this next agenda item kind of interesting, but as item 20, acceptance of bill of sale for the new Dollar General store, okay? It is recommended to authorize the general manager to execute the bill of sale for the water and sewer infrastructure for the new Dollar General project located at 11405 Palm Drive, Desert Hot Springs as contributed assets. Anything further?
No, other than just along the same line that you have introduced, and that is this bill of sale is actually a process we go through for the dedication of that infrastructure, because we're the ones that are going to have to maintain it and keep it operating.
Okay, I'll also move number 20, but I would like to ask which, isn't there a Dollar General at one end of town? Is there another Dollar General?
Yes,
Is this the second Dollar General on the other end of town? Okay. And they're both going to stay there? I mean, they're both staying in town. Does anybody know? I mean, I just was
Yeah.
wondering.
As far as we know,
Oh, okay.
our job is just to get them water.
Right, I got it. I just was inquisitive, thinking maybe one end might close down if the other,
Business must be good.
I must be. Okay, no, yeah, well, I make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Did I hear a second?
I'll
I'll
second it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Okay, moving on to item 21, California Special District Association Board of Directors. Seat B as in boy, term 2023-2025, Southern Network. Again, that's for California Special District Association Board of Directors. It is recommended that the board review, consider, and select one of the three candidates nominated for seat B as in boy, the Southern Network, and Director General Manager to vote for the candidate of choice. Okay,
Dory, did you want to comment on this?
Sure.
You have three candidates here that you can choose from, of course.
Three candidates, you select one, and if I'm not mistaken, we voted in a previous meeting to place Beverly Marshall on the ballot.
Who are the three? I'm trying to find it on the agenda here. I'm having a
Sorry,
hard time.
Don Bartz, Ken Enter, and Beverly Marshall.
Okay.
Don Bartz is from Phelan Pinion Hills Community Services District. He's the general manager.
Ken is from Fallbrook.
Fallbrook, thank you.
Ken
He's
and
director.
Oh, I see,
Sure.
Beverly. Yeah.
And
okay.
Beverly Marshall is the general manager of Valley Sanitary District.
Oh, I would recommend Beverly personally, but
Beverly. Randy, you're still on the board, are you not, of the?
No, I'm
CSD?
not CSTA, I'm Urban Water.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Jeff used to be on a committee there.
Okay, all right.
I noticed a very nice article in the Desert Sun today by Arden and Beverly, so I guess that you guys are getting along so well, this should be an easy one. I would move the general manager choose who he wishes. Thank you.
Okay,
I agree.
yeah, all right, all right. Anything further from Director Duncan?
No, thank you.
Director Sewell, anything further?
No, thank you.
Okay. And what was the name of the person we're?
Beverly
Marshall.
Thank you.
Beverly Marshall. I will entertain a motion to select Beverly Marshall as being the selected person for the California Special District Association Board of Directors, seat B. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Okay, do
I'll
I hear a
second.
second? And do we have a motion and a second? Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Item 22, Mission Springs Water District Regional Water Reclamation Facility update. Do we have anything new on that?
Nothing new since Thursday, unless Steve, I don't even know if Steve's on the line.
Steve is on the line. Mr. Ledbetter?
Did you have anything more you wanted to add, Steve?
Nothing new, General Manager Wallem.
Okay. Moving on to item 23, Critical Services Center and Administrative Building update. Anything further on that?
Nothing further.
All right. Moving on to the consent agenda, we have two items on the consent agenda, the approval of minutes and the register of demands. I will entertain them. You've all had a chance to take a look at the minutes and the register of demands. I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So move.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Director Gracia,
Yes.
Director Sewell,
Yes.
Director Duncan,
Yes.
Vice President Wright,
Aye.
President Martin.
Okay,
Thank you. Motion passes.
moving on to item 26. Thank you letter and certificate from Desert Hot Springs High School. And we have a second letter and certificate from Desert Hot Springs Rotary, who is acknowledging Carol Marin for her outstanding contribution to the community. Does anybody have any comments or questions regarding those two correspondence?
I do want to thank Carol for really being a part of the community. She handles a part of the youth that, you know, and does a good job and represents us well in all of the Little League games. And I want to thank her for that.
Yeah, yes, I was gonna congratulate her at our, on my comments, my director comments. So yes, congratulations, Carol. Good job. And thank you for all you do for our community.
All I can say is amen to that. That's, she's amazing. Okay. Moving on to item 28. Am I the only one that didn't give the report on there?
I've got to do this E&E and CVCC meetings. I'll do those when you.
I'm sorry.
The, excuse me, the CVAG meetings I went to last, I'll do those. I just.
Okay, go ahead.
The June ones, because we're not meeting again till September.
Okay,
So if you'd like me to, I'll do that.
go ahead.
Okay, there's actually for the E&E committee, they're a very short meeting. There's really no report on that. And like I just said, that next meeting is not until September 15th, 2022 at noon, and it will be a Zoom meeting. On the CVCC, a couple interesting things, Coachella Valley Conservation Commission. Let's see, there was an acquisition of parcels on Edom Hill and Thousand Palms for Desert Tortoise Linkage Conservation Area. 64.86 acres was purchased for $754,540 plus closing transactions not to exceed 20,000. They were pretty excited about this piece because it was a really good link for the tortoise there. The other item, and this one Arden will appreciate, they just authorized the executive director to enter into contract with Desert Recreation District for not to exceed $95,000 through September 30th, 2022 to provide maintenance and cleanup services on conservation properties, including fences, gates, boulders, and signs, and authorize the executive director and or legal counsel to make minor modifications prior to contract execution. So, this Desert Recreation District, they don't usually do this kind of stuff, but I guess they are started doing it, and so this or the members of the committee thought it would be a good idea, and they've been doing it, and they've been doing a really good job from what I hear. And so they want to keep it up just for a while, just to make, see how they do. And if they do, they think they're going to do a really good job, but there's just nobody right now out there they can get to do that kind of work. So they're pretty excited about this Desert Recreation District popping up to do it. So I thought, and that was it. And that meeting will be September 8th, 2022 at 10:30, Zoom meeting, the next meeting.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Randy, do you have any things you want to report on?
Yes, I do. It's not on the list, but Desert Water Agency had a board meeting May 3rd. I was not able to attend that. May 10th, Coachella Valley Water District had their board meeting. This one I actually have already reported on. I did it last month. If you'll remember, I said they used our water rates, sewer rates as a comparison. I went a month ahead of time on that one. Back to Desert Water Agency, May 17th, fairly quick meeting. The only thing really that concerned us, let me double check. Yeah, the only thing concerned us, replenishment fees will stay the same for calendar year or for fiscal year 22-23, beginning July 1st, 2023. Our replenishment rates will bump up to $195 per acre foot. That's $195 per acre foot of replenishment. May 24th, Coachella Valley Water District board meeting. Oh, this we talked about a little bit last month. A little bit last month. We also talked about it last Thursday, and then we voted on it today. Our salt nutrient management plan was rejected by the state And they didn't even make any corrections, modification notices. They said there were too many deficiencies. They kicked the whole thing back and said, start all over again. So that's why we're starting from scratch. And unfortunately, with no recommendations, no guidance from the state, what they're looking for, or what it was that troubled them. So that was kind of a big confusion. And then the rest of it is June. So that's it for May meetings. Thank you.
I have one.
Okay, Director Gracia, go ahead.
Tomorrow night, I will be here appearing with Director Paul Ortega from the Desert Water Agency on a panel discussion at the Mizell Senior Center at 5:30. If anyone wants to attend, the topic will be who gets how racism, classism, and politics affects who gets adequate supply of clean water in the Coachella Valley. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be an opportunity to dwell into these issues that I've been bringing up and this board has been ignoring for years. Thank you.
Director Sewell, do you have anything you want to report on the director's report?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
May 3rd through 5th, I attended the Aqua Conference and I did report on that last month. May 11th, the joint chamber mixer at Palm Springs Air Museum was a very large event, lots of different chambers and organizations. There was probably about 500 attendees or so. May 17th, Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce mixer. I spoke with some of the chamber staff and they're starting to organize business walks in Desert Hot Springs to meet businesses and encourage membership. So I'm hoping they will continue to help businesses and increase their activity here in our district. May 18th, Desert Valley Builders Association Public Works Luncheon, presentation by Brett Green with Martin Construction Resource. Was an interesting discussion that he had, mostly targeted at developers and also communities that were interested in providing their own power rather than relying off of Edison or IID. And May 15th, Desert Valley Builders Association Networking Night. One of the conversations I had was with Mario, the developer of Agua Dulce project, and he was very complimentary of the district and mentioned that he looks forward to working with us as he has another development coming soon. So, and that's all I have to report.
Okay.
Can I?
Yes, go ahead, Nancy.
I'd just like to make a comment on that first salt nutrient management plan that Randy had mentioned, that they had the district or the state accepted it, but they didn't call it complete. And Mission Springs Water District was not a part of that, thanks to Arden, because Arden said that he did not want to spend the money, even though it was grant money, on a salt nutrient management plan that was going nowhere. He knew that right from the beginning because of the way they handled the beginning of it and the bidding of it and who they picked and how they picked it. So Mission Springs was not part of that very first one. I just want to let you know, Randy, that. And the salt nutrient management planning, there is an actual order by the State Water Board that tells you what it has to contain. So you have to make it up yourself. So, or not, the agencies that want to do one, they got to make it up themselves. And then the state looks at it and tells them if it will work or not, and if they like it or not. And then you go back and forth. So that's how it works. But thank you, Arden. I almost forgot about that one.
I got fired.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. On the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of May, I attended the Aqua Conference and attended several sessions on statewide issues dealing with infrastructure, meeting water needs, and changing climate excellence and innovation. We also had a meeting with Chad Mays and a representative from Eduardo Garcia's office on water district issues. On the 11th, attended the Memorial Day ceremony at Veterans Park. That's always a wonderful event, very, very nice turnout. On the 17th, attended City Council meeting. There was a presentation by Marianne Champion on the water reclamation facility. She did an outstanding job. another presentation that was done that was on short-term rentals. And there were a lot of public comments, which made for a very long meeting. Also, there was a parcel map that was submitted by Cochillan, which was approved by the city council. On the 18th, Desert Valley Builders Association Public Works luncheon. Director Sewell pretty much covered that. On the 19th, Riverside County Wide Oversight Board, we approved the budget, bylaws, and board policy changes. There was one piece of property, there was an RDA property that was sold in Riverside, that sale was approved. On the 25th, Desert Valley Builders Association Networking Night, that was a well-attended event. And nothing more to add to that. And that concludes my report. Okay. Item 29, General Manager's Report.
Nothing new to add since Thursday.
Okay, and that includes both the financial report and public affairs report?
Yes, I don't
Okay.
think, unless, Arturo, did you have anything more you wanted to say?
Nothing more to add. Thank you.
And Marion, did you have anything more?
No, nothing further to add. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. District Council comments.
We will have a closed session today, and I'll go over the agenda descriptions for closed session in a moment.
Okay. Director's comments. Director Grasha, any comments?
I have no comments for today. Thank you.
Okay. Director Duncan, any comments for today?
Yeah, one was an oversight. My mind went somewhere else. Back on item 6, the HR report. I was way ahead on the agenda, and when you asked if I had any questions or comments about the report, I was thinking the report itself. I said no. I do want to take the opportunity to go back, congratulate Joseph for being here full year. I noticed he's already a collections operator 2. I don't know if he came in with that designation or if he got some education while he was here. Alexander, 9 years, congratulations. But Alexander and April both want to congratulate them for their continuing education. The more they learn, the more we benefit. So if we participate in their education, then that's just our benefit. And especially April, congratulations on that BA. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, Director Sewell, do you have any comments or anything you want to say?
No comments. Thank you.
Vice President Wright.
Yeah, I'd just like to mention that the budget, I was reading in the thing, Budget Governance Finance Officer Association Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Application Reporting. I know that I read that we have applied for that for Mission Springs Water District, correct?
Yeah, well, I think I'll let Arturo and then Brian. Did you anything? Just yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
But we're in the process of. There are
Yes.
a lot of things we need to do.
The new format was done exclusively to go after that, that certificate of excellence. We've been doing great jobs with our budgets and things of that nature. We just haven't included all the things that were necessary to apply for that. So Arturo made it his personal objective to get that done this year since he was in charge of the entire budget process.
Well, great.
That's
thank
off
you.
to
Yeah,
Arturo.
We
Great, I
have a
think
list
he
of
does-
things we need to get done, and then we'll see how it goes.
I think all you guys deserve that, finance department, everybody, all your staff that worked on the budget, Arden, they really do deserve that. So thank you. I look forward to hearing, even if not, even if they don't, they deserve it, even if they don't win, but congratulations, guys, for qualifying anyway.
Okay, and I have no additional comments at this time. We're going to be going into closed session. Counselor, you want to
Yes.
statements before we go into closed session?
Yes, so the board will be meeting in closed session. Item number 32 will be conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1. That's one case, case number RIC 2003782, and that's the Padilla and Marino versus Mission Springs Water District class action case. We'll also be discussing in closed session item number 34, conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1. That's one case, case number PSC 1600676. And that case is Mission Springs Water District versus Desert Water Agency. And then the third item that'll be discussed in closed session is item number 35, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, potential initiation of litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D4. And on that matter, Mr. Duncan, Board Member Duncan and Board Member Gracia will not be participating in that. That particular item may affect them. And it's my opinion they would have a conflict of interest in attending the closed session.
Okay. With that, we'll take a 5-minute recess. Okay, we're back in regular session. We have our district council will report on closed session.
So the board met in closed session. Item number 32 was conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1. One case, case number RIC 2003782. That's George Padilla and Sharon Marino versus Mission Springs Water District. There was no reportable action taken on that item.
Point of order.
Item 34.
Point of order means you stop talking and the
No, it's not. It's time for him to report
recognizes
out.
This
the
is just,
director asking for a point of order.
Okay, we're going to have to mute you, Steve, if you're going to keep interrupting the meeting. So
Excuse me, a point of order means you rule. Are you ruling that you're?
I'm ruling that you're in error and there's no violation here. So we're moving forward. Go
So you
ahead,
don't
Councilman.
know what you're doing. You're just making
so
it up.
34, that was conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D1. One case, case number PSC 1600676, Mission Springs Water District versus Desert Water Agency. There was reportable action taken on that. There was a motion, a first by President Martin and a second by Director Duncan to file an appeal on that action. And the vote was as follows. President Martin in favor of filing the appeal. Member Duncan in favor of filing the appeal. Director Gracia against filing the appeal. Director Wright in favor of filing the appeal, and Director Sewell in favor of filing the appeal. The other item that the board met on was item number 35, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, potential initiation of litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D4, two potential cases. There was reportable action. There was a motion to authorize the district's general counsel to initiate quo warranto the quo warranto process on behalf of the district with respect to Director Steve Gracia and Randy Duncan in order to determine whether they satisfy residency requirements within the division that elected them. The first was made by President Martin, the second by Board Member Wright, and the vote was as follows. President Martin in favor of the motion, authorizing district's general counsel. Director Sewell was in favor and Director Wright was in favor. And so the motion passed.
Point of order. I'd like to point out that this was fully investigated by.
Presentation.
That concludes my presentation.
Okay, with that, the meeting is adjourned.